These disputes among neighbors
Wait, haven't we seen
went
this?
too far.
Well, we saw at least one of those.
One of the strangest neighbor feuds ended in a California courtroom with a judge ordering an end to the music. In particular, one song.
Man, they're trying their best to get me DMCA'd.
The Beach says it started after he asked his neighbor, billionaire Bill Gross, to take down a net he says was blocking his ocean view. He claims Gross retaliated by blasting the theme song to Gilligan's
Brian
Island
Capanese
for
drifting
hours
in
on
unknown.
end, which Tawfiq recorded on his cell phone.
Was Gilligan's Island played on a loop?
Yes.
Tawfiq sued and a judge ruled that Gross was harassing him. One man really got back at his neighbor for impeding on his territory. Gabriel Braun says he has been feuding with his neighbor for years, and after a land survey showed that half of his neighbor's garage was on his property, Braun split the difference.
Wow, that's pretty fucking intense.
Sawing the garage in half so that it was no longer on his side. These dueling neighbors are well known to local authorities.
At least once a week, there's some kind of property dispute.
Just move.
This one is as extreme as I've ever seen.
I figured this was probably the best answer I could come up with. I don't want these.
Or you could have just moved, I guess.
They get it now.
Meanwhile, in Florida,
he came after my husband.
Yeah, we saw this one.
And I don't know if he's armed or not.
a woman frantically called 911 after her neighbor chased her husband with his tractor.
I think this one's especially cute because his tractor looks like it's got a face on it. It looks like Lightning McQueen. So I do like this one quite a bit.
After an ongoing property line dispute escalated. The man on the tractor, Morris Howell, pleaded guilty to a felony charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without the intent to kill. Another man used a tractor to send a message to his neighbor. Brian Jewell wanted his neighbor to know exactly what he thinks of him building a giant purple house that blocks his ocean view in Washington. Jewell used his tractor to spell out a word that we can't show you. And just so everyone knows who he's talking about, he drew an arrow pointing at the house.
I call it like it is, you know, and if a guy's being I'll call it. It seems to me that when you get to that level of just insane wealth, they think a privilege comes along with that privilege allows them to do anything they want.
We wish these types of disputes were kept between adults, but unfortunately children are sometimes brought into the mix. Like when a man deflated a bouncy castle during a child's birthday party.
Jesus Christ.
Police in Port St. Lucie, Florida say this video shows a man deliberately pull out a plug that caused this castle to deflate with children inside. 2 kids had to be brought to the hospital.
Jesus Christ.
He may have thought that he was disconnecting
Thanks for
the
some
DJ,
soup.
Booth and the music, but instead, it disconnected the power that goes to the bounce house.
Tier 1
Police identified the neighbor at the time, but they say he quickly hired a lawyer and wouldn't cooperate with their investigation.
Does that work? Like, wouldn't you be held responsible to the injuries to the children? So, like, let's say I went to some kid's birthday party and I just beat the shit out of the birthday boy. Like, I just kick his fucking ass. Could I just get away with it if I hire a lawyer and just don't talk to the cops and just like, yeah, I'm just not going to cooperate? They'd just be like, okay, then we're not going to do anything. What do you mean? Like, how does that work? They'd have to sue? Okay, I guess. I guess, but how did he get away with that? If 2 kids had to go to the hospital, he should at least have to pay the hospital bill for injuries he caused.
Neighbors seem to have a problem with this mom's parenting. Corey Wyden says one day police showed up to her Chicago home because a neighbor was concerned after seeing her daughter walking the family's dog by herself.
It was terrifying for all of us.
Wyden says her daughter, then 8-year-old Dorothy, learns responsibility by walking their dog, and she felt her neighbor was mommy shaming her. While police didn't pursue charges, Wyden was investigated for suspected abuse and/or neglect by the state of Illinois. Wyden says she doesn't even know which of her neighbors made the complaint.
Somebody can overnight cost you thousands of dollars and put your family through the ultimate nightmare, and you never know who it is.
While the incident shook the family, Wyden says she has no regrets and will continue to let her daughter walk their dog. The Department of Children and Family Services says they found no wrongdoing on the part of the mother and closed the case. Living next door to a celebrity isn't as glamorous as one might think.
I don't think
Just
anyone
ask
thinks
Jake
it would
Paul's
be.
Neighbours. In 2017, the Disney Channel actor turned YouTube star came under fire for pulling
Cool
crazy
resume.
stunts right in his own backyard, like lighting his mattress on fire to roast marshmallows. A group of friends cheered on his sometimes dangerous antics.
What do you have to say? Can we talk to you?
Jake Paul was quiet when Inside Edition approached him to talk about the complaints.
Can't click
And
links,
a
Kim.
Pennsylvania couple
Kim
made a
and you.
disturbing discovery after hearing noises in their attic.
Oh, this one's wild.
We have no idea what's been going on.
Yeah, their neighbor was hiding in their attic to watch
Jerome
them
and Ashley
sleep.
Kennedy live in a historic row house in Pittsburgh, next to who they describe as a reclusive neighbor. But they say that neighbor, Robert Havrilla, was making all that noise as he was spying on them from a crawl space over their bedroom.
Then I saw the light right through there, like it was searching for a place to look through.
Yeah,
Jerome
fucking
says
wild.
He set up a surveillance camera
We saw
and
this.
caught Havrilla in the attic above their bedroom with a drill. Havrilla was arrested and later convicted of criminal trespassing. Here's hoping they all give peace a chance in 2021.
That was a bit of a concise version of the story. So their neighbor, what was it? He made a hole somewhere on the outside of their house, so that way he could climb into the attic undetected and watch them. It was kind of wild.